All right, going live now. All right, we are live with the Wednesday live watching AEW and NXT. Changed up the system. Usually you'll see me watching right over there because I usually flick in between both channels. But now I actually set up a TV over here. So if you see me looking over here, I'm tuning into AEW. Over here, I'm tuning into NXT. So on NXT, we just have kind of a replay of what happened last week with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte. Over here, I'm excited for this Mini Tico. Fate. It's time. It's fate time. All right, Mini Tico. You're right. It is fate time. Let's get this going. So if you guys got comments, questions, whatever, post them here. We'll talk about it. Let's get some conversations going as well. AEW right now. NXT has Rhea Ripley talking, but AEW has the #1 contenders match for the women's title right now. So Stratlander that I was kind of high on for a little bit, but I find Britt Baker a little bit more entertaining. So all right. So this women's match is pretty entertaining so far. So ooh. Okay, my son just pointed out that Rhea Ripley actually has her gum pierced. That's interesting. I don't think I could ever do that. All right, so earlier on in AEW, we missed Cody Rhodes. Actually, Lance Archer came out, started out the show with Jake Roberts. Cody Rhodes had his truck, came in and drove over a barricade or knocked the barricade over, got out the truck, and they had a good little scuffle, made it back into the ring. Lance Archer did get the best of Cody Rhodes. Ryan, you are correct. This show does need more Devin Diamond. If you guys agree with this, you're watching, you want more Devin Diamond, I think I can make it happen. He's a big star and a big name, but I think I got the pull to make it happen. So if you guys watch my previous other shows, I do have Devin Diamond on quite a bit. And I also have RJ Daniels, if you're familiar with him from SSW. He's the owner and promoter of SSW, who I work for. Usually I have the title right here. I didn't lose it, just in case you were asking. I just have it positioned elsewhere because now my newest pop that came in today was WWE Funko #9 Triple H. So, and I got my new banner that came in here. Actually, 2 new ones since my last video. So Mini Tico, I want 72 fruit roll-ups. I believe that is in reference to the last video. If we can actually get 100 likes on that previous video, I believe that was the recap for Money in the Bank. Devin Diamond said he'll eat 72 fruit roll-ups in a single sitting. As excited as I am to see him eat 72 fruit roll-ups in a single sitting, I don't know if I would want to see that. That I might be in pain. All right, so we got. Oof. All right, Statlander's kind of cleaning house, so she kind of botched that move up a little bit, but Mini Tico, what, no cowboy hat this week? I'd change it, but I don't want you guys to see my hair. So, well, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back with the cowboy hat. In case you guys got a good look there, yes, that is Dustin Rhodes, baby. So, there we go, Mini Tico. You asked, I deliver. So, AEW is on commercial right now. NXT. I have pants on, by the way. It's shorts. So, AEW is on commercial right now. NXT is on commercial right now. So all right. So yeah, those are on commercial. So if there's anything news or any rumors you heard about this week, we could talk about that. Oh, the thing on NXT that you guys might have missed is the original bro, Matt Riddle, was defending the tag titles. He launched his, he lost one of it. He launched, Imperium into his tag partner, Timothy Thatcher. Thatcher decided to leave, and then we'll get to that one. So he Thatcher got mad. He left the match, and it was a 2-on-1. Imperium did beat Matt Riddle to become the NXT champion. So that was a very good way to start the match. Mini Tico, where's your Macho Man? You have all the weak wrestlers hanging up behind you. A lot of these I've had for a while, and weak. You can't come on, Flair. You know, maybe not he's a legend in the game, so that's why I have Goldberg right behind me, so you guys don't ever have to take a look at him. So, but come on, Sting. I mean, it's not the Hollywood Blonde, and Steiner. He might be a complete A sometimes, but I'm still a fan of Steiner. Matter of fact, we just watched Halloween Havoc 91 last night. After we got done watching WrestleMania 3 that was on FX1, so we just threw on some old WCW and watched the tear match or whatever, where they have the elimination coming down, and so we got 2 more questions here. Women's match is still going on there. NXT is just another interview. Britt Baker almost got the win. You would have saw me probably jumping out the chair. Do I have any brawling buddies? I do. I have Hulk Hogan. I do have Macho Madness. I do not have the Macho King, which if anybody has a lead on that one would be pretty good. We got some of the newer ones as well. I feel like I miss them. I think I have Kevin Nash, and I have the Ultimate Warrior. Goldberg I have. But out of the newer ones, we have like AJ Styles, John, there's Sheamus. So, and Hogan I know I have. So that's that one. A very good question. Ryan, how much would it cost for you to work New Jack in a hardcore match? Yeah, I mean, he's good with weapons and all, but I know he's kind of a crazy guy, so that might cost a little bit. Stratlander just almost beat Britt Baker here, so this is a fatal 4-way match. Mini Tico, Bash at the Beach was better. I don't know about that. I like the Halloween Havoc. I thought that was always pretty cool. But the World War III games where there was 3 rings, 60 wrestlers in there. The very first one they actually had for the title. Then the next 3 after that were just for the #1 contender spot. Their version of the Royal Rumble, but 3 rings, 60 wrestlers, 20 wrestlers in each one. Always great to go back and watch. I've probably done that several times. So if WWE Network's done anything right, they give me the old WCW stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then Mini Tico, I have DDP, Sting, and Hogan. Ooh. Okay. That DDP and that Sting. Who was my favorite opponent in SSW and least favorite opponent? My least favorite. Oh man, I don't know if I will. Let me think about that. Let me think. So many years in the business, there were times when I liked working with people, and then there was other times I didn't like working with people. So, and then the same person I might not have liked, I liked a different had with them. So, I would say my favorite opponent. Oh man, for my favorite opponent, I actually favorite moment. I guess I would switch that up a little bit. Is when I was one of the what are those called? The people just kind of in the mask and the cloak, and we did the entrance for Kevin Thorne, and then later on, me and my partner at this time, Garrison Creed, we ended up costing Kevin Thorne the match, the Druids. So we played some Druids, so that was kind of cool to do that. I thought me and Garrison Creed actually hit it off kind of well, so we had a pretty good match. Ooh. Britt Baker has her submission on, but it's outside the ring. So she has it on Statlander, so that took both of them out of the match. NXT, we have Tony Nese. So, but Hikaru Shida was able to steal the victory inside the ring against Penelope Ford. So she got the pin over Penelope Ford. So least favorite opponent. You know, I really like the character, but Willow was probably one that I've wrestled him a couple times, and I've not Jeff Hardy's Willow, by the way. It was a character by the name Willow. Wrestled him a couple times. They weren't too bad, but then there was one time that he was just being a real a-hole, and everybody could tell I probably wasn't really into that match when I think I actually knocked him out in the middle of the match. And I believe I got disqualified because I shoved him in a garbage can. So things that he didn't appreciate, but I didn't appreciate the tactics beforehand or things that were said or done in the ring. So everything's good now. So I don't know who this Pineapple Pete is, but he's going to have a match here on AEW tonight. And then NXT still has that Cruiserweight tournament matchup with Tony Nese. Mini Tico, who do you think is better wrestler in performer, Big Man Vader or Bam Bam Bigelow? Both great big men, but I would have to say Vader was the better big man on that out of the two. Huge fan of Vader. For those that don't know, I know he passed away a while ago, but actually on pro wrestling, if you go to that pro wrestling tees, they actually have autographs from previous people they brought in, and they actually have some Big Man Vader autographs still left. So maybe I might have to pick up one of those. I just did a big order from them too, so I got a whole bunch of stuff in today for future videos, unboxings. 10 mystery t-shirts, some mystery brawlers, some pins and stuff like that. So all right, so on NXT, Tony Nese lost. I did not catch the guy's name, so a newer up and comer burping. There we go. Ryan, that was a fun day, LOL. So that must be in reference to the Willow event. You know, I've actually had some good matches with Devin Diamond. One of my probably favorites is when we were outside and I hit him with the rock bottom on one of the, at that time we weren't as big and we might only have, 40, 50 people there. If we were lucky, and I hit him with the rock bottom on the outside because that's kind of the tail end of my finisher. So I hit him with that rock bottom onto a picnic table, and the whole legs of the picnic table just like break off or bend off. The whole table comes down. So we're just both kind of laying there. So me and Devin Diamond have had some good matches as well. But better wrestler, performer, Vader over Bam Bam, hands down for me. You guys disagree? Put it in the comments. Ryan L., which is hotter, young Trish or older Trish? We'll say younger. Younger Trish. Trying to get me in trouble, Ryan. That's okay. I can take it. I'll just have to wear glasses next week when I have a black eye or something. Mini Tico, did you ever put anything on your head and run around and say it's Vader time? Haven't we all? I practice just doing this, so the Vader time, Yeah, of course you do that with underwear on your head. Maybe not underwear, but hopefully they're clean. All right. That could be live long and prosper, but Vader with the with the two V's, Vader time. It's time. It's time. It's Vader time. So, of course, I want somebody on here to say they haven't put something on their head and act like they were Vader at some point. If you've been a wrestling fan long enough, you've done it. So NXT, they got a 4-way, I just say Zoom. I don't know if they're actually using Zoom call going on where they're kind of just talking about things. So that's what's going on over there. And on AEW, we have... Oh, this is going to be that tag match. So, Santino and Ortiz versus Matt Hardy and Kenny Omega. So, right now, if I was picking between the two, I'd be watching AEW. And thoughts on Mama Lynch? That's cool for her. That's awesome. She is 33 years old, so better sooner rather than later. At the point where she's held the belt for over a year, though, I mean, probably not the greatest time for it, but things happen. That's that. I don't think she'll be coming back. If it's due in December, I don't believe she'll be back for a while after that. Yeah. So for those that don't know, what I actually thought though was cool about the whole Becky Lynch thing. Okay, so Santino and Ortiz are just Hardy's not even out yet, but they've already jumped Kenny Omega. So that's what's going on at AEW. What I thought was cool, going back to what I thought was cool on Monday Night Raw though, is one, when Asuka won, I've done a little research on this. They didn't let her know that it was actually going to be for the belt. They didn't let her know what they were planning. And they actually didn't let a lot of the people know that day that she was making that announcement. So you see Asuka coming in as this, heel, like, hey, that's my briefcase. That's my briefcase. And then by the end, she's like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. So I felt like, I'm not sure if Asuka knew what was going to happen before she came up, but if she didn't, and that was a genuine reaction, I think that was really cool. Not a lot of surprises nowadays in wrestling. So anytime you can have that genuine reaction and surprises, that's pretty cool. All right, so Hardy has finally come out, evened up the odds here on AEW. Had a little scuffle. He is already busted open, though, on his mouth, so there's blood in his mouth. So I don't know if you guys took a look or went back and watched. AEW was really good. That main event last week was really good between the Omega and Hardy versus Jericho and Sammy Guevara. This match is caused because Santino and Ortiz came out last week and cost Hardy and Omega the match. So ended up power bombing Hardy through a table, beating up Omega. So they're starting to gear up for the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. So that's coming up here in like about 2 weeks. So thinking about doing one of these for that. So if you guys are interested in seeing, I know those pay-per-views are a little bit different because it's not on the WWE network where I have it anyway. I have to. So, if you guys are interested in that. All right, Mini Tico. What group did you think was better, DX or the original NWO or the Four Horsemen original? Four Horsemen original, maybe the original was, I don't have the most memories of. I know I just watched some videos yesterday back when it was Mondo McMichael and Benoit. I've known Sting had a brief in the Four Horsemen. Luger, I believe, had a brief little stint in the Four Horsemen. So, they've changed throughout the time, but I remember more of that stuff versus the original four. DX, very funny and entertaining. But to be quite honest, the NWO was probably so original. They had everybody tuning in every week to see who they were going to beat up and attack. It's been duplicated so many times with Aces and Eights and all these other various groups that have tried to mimic that and the success of that, and they haven't. I don't know. NWO, the original NWO was, I think, definitely hands down better than DX or Four Horsemen. Okay, so on NXT, they're showing, I'm going to just keep calling him Killer Cross until I actually remember his name. Killer Cross and Charlotte Bordeaux, whatever her name is, Scarlett Bordeaux. So a little promo there. Tag matches going on over here. Who is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time? What do you guys think? Who's the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time? I would love to tell you Macho Man, but I think there's other people that have definitely done it better. I know in the mid-'90s, Shawn Michaels was really rocking that Intercontinental belt and really elevating the belt. So, Honky Tonk Man, he did it for a while. Shannon says Miz for the IC. Okay, and then trying to see all the different ones. Okay. So I can tell that Shannon here is a newer wrestler fan. If they're saying the Miz for the IC belt. But that's okay. Some people are fans longer than me. So Mini Tico says Shawn Michaels or Mr. Perfect. I think Shawn Michaels definitely in the 90s. So both shows now are on. Actually, AEW's on commercial, and they're just showing something with, I believe that's Dakota Kai over on. So Ryan, Y2J for the IC. Okay. You guys know me here. I will tell you, I don't think Jericho gets enough credit. He was actually just on an episode of Ridiculousness yesterday or 2 days ago, a brand new or newer episode filmed before the virus hit. Y2J should be, I think, highly underrated. All the things he's done throughout the years. Mini Tico, by the way, the original Four Horsemen are Ric Flair, Arn, Ole Anderson, and Tully Blanchard. Yep. I knew that. And I can tell you a lot about Arn Anderson. That spine buster, he's the reason why I try to do that in matches, but I can't do it like he could. Really just snap that in there. Ole Anderson and Tully Blanchard are where my memories I don't really have a lot of memories about Tully Blanchard and Ole Anderson. So some companies still have HR stuff between employees and their data. Saddest premature death in wrestling for you, which is hard because there are so many that I think were just so talented. Mr. Perfect, I think he still had quite a bit left. Ravish and Rick Rude, Owen Hart, that was just that was pretty messed up. So that was a pretty bad one. Eddie Guerrero for sure, definitely right there in his prime. So yeah, those premature, you know. So Mini Tico says Eddie Guerrero for him. Ryan says Test made him sad too. Test, yeah. Man, there's just so many names of people that hey, way too early for just the stupidest things. You know, Davey Boy Smith, that was another younger. He was still young. He still had stuff left in the tank. But Ravish and Rick Rude, man, I do like Rick Rude, and I like to see the people still. If you watch the wrestlers now, they still, you know, Robert Roode, of course, but you have oh man, so many people that still kind of pay homage to him if you follow them. Yeah, the Velveteen Dream with the tights. I always loved when he came out and would have the tights of like your wife's face on them. Like, dude, you're already in their head. It just makes great TV. And the other thing I noticed when I was watching some old clips yesterday, like the Road Warriors, you got Hogan, you got Macho Man. They were passionate. Like, they were loud. It seemed like they were yelling, but it made you believe the character. When you watch these, who's yelling? Nobody yells and has that that really sells that gimmick. Shannon wants to know who my favorite Bullet Club leader was. I was late on the Bullet Club bandwagon, actually. So when I saw it was actually AJ Styles, but he was getting ready to come to WWE. So that's when Kenny Omega took over it. So I didn't see Finn Balor at all as the leader. So I wasn't really familiar with him until he came to NXT. And I believe it's the Guerrillas of Destiny that are kind of leading that right now. So yeah, and then technically Adam Cole was like in Ring of Honor, he was the leader. So Mini Tico, who's the hottest WWE diva currently? Ryan says Sarah Logan. Oh wait, she got released. Nikki Cross. Okay. NXT right now, for those that are watching, is on commercial. AEW still has this tag match going on. Mini Tico, Mickey James. Shannon says Alexa Bliss. Okay, Shannon. I've had the pleasure of meeting Mickey James several times and Alexa Bliss one time. I don't think I met Sarah Logan. We got a picture with her? We got an autograph? My son is telling me we've also met Sarah Logan. We meet so many wrestlers, I can't remember them all. So Hardy's on the outside. He's waiting to get in. Ortiz and Santana are double teaming Omega. So a lot of good questions coming in, you guys. Thank you. Oh man. Okay, so 13 Scorpio. I forgot to say before that I kind of feel bad for Becky Lunch's kid. Gotta be weird to know have their mom is the man. Gotta be weird to know their mom is the man. IBU, who do you think is the hacker? My son likes to think it's CM Punk. I've heard rumors that other people want it to be Ronda Rousey. I've also heard that it could be Chad Gable or I heard it could be Chad Gable or Mustafa Ali. I hope that it's not one of them. So, okay, on NXT right now, you got at the monitors in the back, you got Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and the Road Dogg interacting with each other. Okay. So if it was CM Punk, that would be awesome. But from everything I hear, he just Vince absolutely hates CM Punk. But I think that would be kind of cool. And I do notice that it's only been going on SmackDown. So we'll have to see. Okay, so they're in there talking about the NXT takeover in your house, live Sunday, June 7th. So Hardy almost got the victory over here. Okay. 13 Scorpio with I think that's a wink emoji. Shannon with the favorite AEW wrestler. Man. Female wrestlers, that's an easy one. That's going to be Britt Baker. Male wrestlers, that's going to be Chris Jericho. That's an easy one too. Jericho for sure. 13 Scorpio, dang autocorrect. And then Mini Tico, I heard that it was AJ Lee as the hacker. So Shannon says favorite wrestler on AEW is Cody. NXT, we do have Finn Balor coming out. So Kenny Omega just launched himself over the top ropes on Santana. It looks like Hardy's getting ready in the ring. He's gonna hit his he's gonna delete him here. Oh, twist of fate. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. Santana almost did a scorpion with that twist of fate. So didn't quite hit the mat, but if he did, I would have thought he almost killed him there. So I don't know if you guys heard, but Sting is right here, no longer with WWE. So that has been confirmed now. His contract with WWE is up. Mini Tico, mine is I will delete you, Brother Nero. So he's referring to Matt Hardy there. I don't think I would want to take that move. Diving senton into the corner. Omega was sitting in the corner, and was that Ortiz ran and jumped off of Santana's back and hit a flip and landed right on Omega in the corner. Eek. Okay, so we had some talks about this guy last week. Oh, that's their blow-off match this week. Finn Balor versus that Grimes guy on NXT that I don't understand. So Hardy just got tagged in. Interesting. I've never seen Hardy do a butterfly submission before in a match. Huh. Okay. And then Shannon wanted to know, do you think Sting will go to AEW? I know Cody has been making comments about it. Oh, we got Sammy Guevara in a neck brace coming out. He's got a chair with him. Oh, okay. All right. That was an awesome twist of fate. He really did scorpion Sammy Guevara on that one. I mean, wasn't a fan of Sammy Guevara before, but that guy can sell. He has a personality. He is entertaining. Oh, had Ortiz set up on the top ropes, and then Kenny Omega comes running in and hits him with the V trigger. All right, so Hardy and Omega won that one. That looked pretty brutal there at the end. All right, so Sting will go to AEW. I would definitely hope so. 13 Scorpio, no Legends contract or anything. Nope, it doesn't look like it. It looks like he was going to be part of the upcoming toy line. And then Mattel had to take it back, saying due to unforeseen circumstances, he wasn't going to be able to be in the upcoming toy line. So not sure what happened, where things broke down there. I know a little while ago I heard rumors that he was eyeing to do at least one more match. So maybe that was something WWE said, hey, I know he's really been wanting to face Undertaker, and he said he would come back for one more match against Undertaker. I definitely don't want to see Sting end his career with that match against Seth Rollins. So hopefully Sting to AEW in some sort of capacity. So yeah, no Legends contract. He's signed in, I believe, 14. So that was 6 years in WWE. So even though we've only seen him a handful of times. Ryan did say Seth put Sting and Becky on the shelf. Yeah, definitely. So AEW and NXT are both on commercial right now. So Mini Tico says, one wrestling match I thought would have been cool, but never did, was Big Show versus Shaquille O'Neal. I think that would have been really entertaining. Shaq Diesel, I do like Shaq Diesel. I find him very entertaining. I don't know how good of a wrestling match that would have been, but definitely better than some of the other celebrities that they've brought in. Shannon says, and Rey Mysterio. Not sure what that's about. Oh, okay. And Seth put Sting, Becky on the shelf, and with the storyline for Monday, and Rey Mysterio. Okay. Anarchy 251. Love the name. Who was the better wrestler in your opinion, Kane or The Undertaker? Yeah, hands down. I think Undertaker. I'm not on Undertaker bandwagon. I think that he is a legend in the sport. I think he does a lot of cool things. But if you want to come down in reality at all, pop on some old WCW when he's managed by Paul Heyman, Paul E. Dangerously, and Mean Mark Calloway. Mean Mark Calloway. No mic skills, but he found a gimmick that really worked for him. So, I mean, and he is definitely a legend in the business. So, but I would say definitely Undertaker is better. Shannon says Undertaker is better as well. So who else can have like a 6-minute entrance to the ring and you're still entertained? You know, even though you've seen that same 6-7 minute entrance every single time, you still tune in and you don't even turn the channel. So, matter of fact, if someone says, "Hey, it's the Undertaker," you're like, "Oh man, I better tune in." You know. So, Ibu says Taker as well. So on AEW is back. We got Taz interviewing Darby Allin. So, yeah, Darby Allin, I'm a fan of. A good up-and-coming wrestler. And then on NXT, we have Balor and Grimes still going at it. I don't even know why they're giving Grimes. Sorry if you guys like Grimes. I just don't get the appeal. Please definitely tell me what the appeal is on Grimes, if there is any. But Finn Balor should have dispersed of him a couple minutes ago, I think. All right, so interesting. Okay, so yeah, this week I set it up a little different. I have actually 2 TVs going, so I can watch. You guys know what's going on there. So 13 Scorpio, though, back to the Sting versus Undertaker. If Sting versus Undertaker happens, I doubt it would be before WrestleMania 2022. I think maybe that was part of the reason why Sting is not going to, maybe that's why he got out of his, or, didn't re-sign. So they are promoting this casino ladder match for the AEW. So Darby Allin's going to be in there, Colt Cabana, and 2 others. So that's going to be happening at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view coming up in 2 weeks. If you guys are interested, maybe I'll do another live stream for that. Maybe bring Devin Diamond back in. Maybe bring in Dan when I do my weekend, when pre-shows and after the pay-per-views. Maybe we'll bring all 3 of us in. You guys can get all 3 of our reactions to what's going on. Kind of let you know what we're seeing. So I actually don't think the Sting versus Undertaker match would actually happen. Some of you guys might not actually know, but Undertaker actually had an appearance set up for AEW about a year ago. So, and then WWE, so that might have been between contracts or whatever, but yeah, he had an appearance set up. I know Kurt Angle had an appearance set up, and then, but the one with Undertaker was locked in place. A deal was in place, and that Vince made a couple calls and got that one taken away. So MJF's first match back since he got injured. I believe that was actually to his hand that he got injured. So again, MJF, when I first started watching AEW, really couldn't stand him, and then I realized I can't stand him because he's a really good heel. He's really good at just getting you to hate him. So good mic skills. He's got that persona about him. It's believable. And actually, I'm not a big fan of this Warlow character behind him, but he's big. He looks like a bad dude, so he looks like that bodyguard. So this is our era, I believe. Shawn Michaels, Big Daddy Cool Diesel. So Ryan, thanks for tuning in. He's got to go and suplex some kids. So thanks again, Ryan. You always have some good comments in here. Are we kidding me? Damian Priest came out and hit Balor with it's like the nightstick that he has, and helped Grimes go over Finn Balor. Oh my gosh. So they're doing a replay here. So Damian Priest hops over the guardrail, hits him in the knee. So as he's stumbling to get up, Grimes hits him with that double leg stomp. The only thing that I think Grimes has going for him is that he can jump high and hit a double leg stomp. And MJF is going against somebody that's not really well known. All right, 13 Scorpio. I think they might hesitate to put a big match on the card next year just in case all the craziness is still going on. Yeah, probably. I definitely agree with that. IBU says, who do you think will join MVP stable? I'm not sure, but I'm actually glad to see MVP back. I'm glad to see that they're putting a stable together with them. I know he's going for Lashley, and I think that would actually benefit Lashley greatly. Ditching Lana and having join MVP. Let's see. I'd have to think about who else I would want to see in there. Shannon, do you like Prince or the Demon? Yeah, I was a fan of the Demon. That was the Demon. Whenever he does it, as long as he does it good tomorrow morning. Yeah. So IBU says the Demon. So Damian Priest laid out Balor some more. MJF is, running roughshod over this new up-and-comer. So Anarchy 251, who is your favorite 90s wrestler? What era of wrestling was better in terms of modern versus 90s? 90s definitely was better. That one's an easy one. I think WCW versus WWE. I was a huge WCW fan up until about 99. The last year or two was just awful product. But they has a lot of creative ideas, a lot of great talent. So definitely the 90s, I would say, is better. Favorite 90s wrestler. Early 90s, man, it would definitely be the Stinger. Bleach blonde hair, spiky hair. Most of my life, I've had that same spiky hair because, oh man, the Stinger was the guy. But you also have to see Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, those were my two favorites, hands down. And then when Macho goes to WCW, oh, yeah. So early 90s Sting, and then Macho Man. NXT is on commercial.
I gotta tell you, buddy, I am so excited for you and me at Double or Nothing. I mean, we all are.
MJF took out this up-and-coming talent.
But I gotta tell you, man, I haven't done this in a while. I've got some serious ring rust, man. I mean, I feel pretty stiff. Don't you think so, Lee? Oh, come on. It's always.
So MJF is just on there doing a little promo right now.
So I figured I could probably use a tune-up match, and lucky for me, when I walked in to this Buell Arena today, I saw that Marco Stunt, you have an open contract for a match, buddy.
So it looks like he's going to be challenging Marco Stunt here.
I signed my name on the dotted line. So Marco, get ready. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Pick up in the drive-thru or get free delivery.
I'm better than you.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we're committed to making college more affordable. That's why
All right, so I don't know if they're going to do Marco Stunt and MJF right now after he just had the match. But he said he has a little ring rust. He's stretching out, so he wants to get back in there. So it looks like that's actually for next week. So Marco Stunt versus MJF next week. For those that, that should be interesting. All right. Do you think Io Shirai will win? No, they're going to keep the belt on NXT on Charlotte for a while. So as much as I like Io Shirai, that language barrier that she has is what's going to hold her back, unfortunately. So right now, both of them are on commercial. So that figures. I get through all of the questions and then back on the show, and then boom, they're both on commercial. So, well, there's no questions here, and there's nothing going on in AEW or NXT. Some people might ask, hey, why do you have this mask right here? So, this is actually when I come out to the ring. I will wear this when I come out to the ring. I do take it off once I get to the ring, but this is part of my ring gear. So that's what the mask is doing there. Kind of shift some things around. That's why you don't see the belt. No, I did not lose it. I still am the champ. So that's not going to change for a while with the virus going around. So Shannon, off topic, what do you think about the new Black Panther? I don't know. I don't even know about the new Black Panther because one thing you'll see, I hate trailers because you guys can thank Corky Romano for that one when I was in high school. Saw a preview for Corky Romano, was super excited. Saw it in like April. Didn't come out till the following April. It didn't say when it was coming out. For a whole year, I'm watching previews on Corky Romano, and then you finally get to see it, and you're like, oh, man, this is what I waited a whole year for. So, WWE is just doing their Make-A-Wish commercial right now, just showing that. That's definitely cool. I am a fan of Make-A-Wish. I do donate to them myself. Would love to do more for Make-A-Wish. I think it's an awesome program that they have. So we got Jack Gallagher. He's actually in Group B. Over on NXT. He's actually 0-2. So he's going to try to, if he doesn't win this one, he's definitely going to be, doesn't matter then. He'll be out of that tournament. I mean, he'll still have to do his matches, but so see the new look of Jack Gallagher. Oh man, we've met him twice though. Nice guy, very talented individual. I love the headbutts he does because I don't know if I would want to take one of those in the match because they look like they really hurt. So over here, Pineapple Pete is coming out on AEW. He does have an 0-2 record. I don't know, what do you guys think? I love the ratings and the win-loss record that they show on AEW. I just think it adds that something a little bit extra. So, and Gallagher is going against, okay, it looks like maybe nobody because Tony Nese just took the guy out. Interesting. Okay, so we got Pineapple Pete. Looks like he is going against the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, Chris Jericho, the most underrated wrestler that we have today. 30 plus years in the business. His record for this year is 4-2. Overall, 12-3-1. Makes it seem so much more official. Bell rang on NXT. The individual was, that got beat up. Didn't catch his name. New up and coming person. I almost got beat by Gallagher right off the bat. All right, so Jericho is out there with the whole inner circle. All right. So just going back and forth between the two shows. This is so much easier here, having that second TV set up versus prior weeks.
He was run over. And Santana and Ortiz just had that great tag team match that we saw. So, yeah, as we said, when walking down there a little bit banged up and bruised. And notice what Jericho's got on his shirt. Is that some sort of reference to Pineapple Pete?
All right, so Jericho is wearing a Pineapple Pete t-shirt just to kind of get in his head a little bit.
He did take a swipe at the shot behind. Yes, he did.
Oh, Jack Gallagher went for a running over on NXT, went for a running drop kick. He moved out the way, and then he actually got his feet tangled up in the turnbuckles.
Charges in with that back elbow. Pineapple Pete an impressive flurry. Zensless up behind across the rope. Jericho's got to regroup.
All right, Pineapple Pete is actually holding his own against Chris Jericho on AEW. All right, until he just ran into the Judas Effect out of nowhere. So for those that don't know what the Judas Effect is, that's his spinning back elbow that connects right. Definitely very convincing that somebody out. So and Jack Gallagher has him in a guillotine choke over here on NXT. But he only has one arm around him though, so the guy has one arm in. Oh, he's actually looks like he's gonna reverse it into a suplex. Nope.
Let's move on to the matter at hand. The Inner Circle versus the Elite.
All right, Jack Gallagher actually picked up his first victory here in this tournament, this cruiserweight tournament. So then we'll double back over here to AEW. We got Jericho. Okay, so do you think that professional wrestling networks from Anarchy 251 would profit more by incorporating people like Brock Lesnar into the sport? Maybe legitimize them a little bit? That's a very good question. I definitely would love to see Daniel Cormier. I think that would be, yep, Anarchy 251. More people like Brock Lesnar. Yep, so I would like to see Daniel Cormier. There's some big names. For females, there's, what's her name? I can't remember the lady, but if they brought her Van Page, so that would be cool for the females. I definitely think it would legitimize the wrestlers. They make it seem a little bit more real. Conor McGregor, once he's done with UFC, that would be, just because that guy has the mic skills, man, he would do great over in WWE or AEW.
The Inner Circle is challenging you at Double or Nothing to the first ever Stadium Stampede match.
All right, so Inner Circle is challenging in the first ever Stadium Stampede match for the Elite. So Inner Circle versus the Elite, Double or Nothing, the first ever Stadium Stampede match. So we got Vanguard 1 is actually coming out to ring right now. Okay, so let's see. Vanguard has an inner circle, looks like child tea that he brought back.
But I assume, since you're here, that you got an answer for us. Does the elite accept the challenge?
So Vanguard is in the ring facing off with Chris Jericho. If you guys don't know what that is, that's Matt Hardy's drone.
All right, the answer's yes.
And he accepted the challenge for Double or Nothing. The Elite
All right.
versus the Inner Circle.
Look at my eyes, elite. You dumb idiots. Your Vanguard, between you and me, speaking of answers, if you thought any more to your answer for our invitation to join the Inner Circle,
This is interesting. All right, let's see. Mini Tico, Brock Lesnar is a beast. Get ready to go to Suplex City. NXT is on commercial right now. So Jericho does have a baseball bat, so I'm assuming this is going to end with Jericho smashing Vanguard 1. Or at least trying to. Nope. No, Vanguard 1 just met his demise, so yeah, he just smashed that thing. And now they're taking turns beating Vanguard 1 with the baseball bat. He's lost his propellers. The camera, I think, is busted off of there. Oh, my. I mean, Garvera's had some experience on this. He just totally destroyed it. Well, that's the end of Vanguard 1. All right. Mini Tico, I haven't commented a while because I watched your other video. What do you wrestle with someone it looks like in a backyard? And like the way that person did their spine buster was awesome. So that one video that I have posted on here was my actual first video I posted. Was actually just something that we did many years ago, like 7 years ago, I believe it was, for my son's 6th birthday. So was it in the backyard? Yeah, it was actually at a backyard. So that's not what I normally do. I normally work for South Shore Wrestling. We bring in a lot of different wrestlers. We've brought in Tito Santana, AEW, Melanie Cruz. She appears on there. She's in there all the time. We've had Kevin Thorne. Mr. Kennedy was at the last show. Bushwhacker Luke has been at a show. Gangrel we've had at 2 shows. Kevin Thorne has been at 2 shows. So now it is a big event. It's about 500-600 people that pack the crowd. So definitely not what we used to be doing. Definitely not some of my better work. If you guys want to see some of my newer stuff, let me know. I'll try to work on getting the videos to that. But that one just meant something to me. That's why I posted it, because it was for my son's 6th birthday. So that's why we did that one. So, but very good. So thanks for asking that, though, Mini Tico. Because if you guys have questions on previous videos or something, you know, this is a perfect opportunity here on Wednesday while I'm watching NXT and AEW live, which AEW is on commercial. NXT has a women's match coming up. So, and then as far as I like the way that person did their spine buster, that's awesome. Yeah, so that person that you're referencing is my brother. He goes by many names. In that video, he's AJ Hughes. He's also wrestled as Kid Brennan. I don't know. I think he wrestled as like some Chester Bennington or something when he was working with Grimes over the NXT Grimes back when Grimes just first got started. Trying to get his alternate personality, Mrs. Antoinette. Trying to get that video to show you guys. He also has a cooking show, Mrs. Antoinette's Cooking. So it's something that you guys would definitely laugh at. All right, is that Aaliyah wrestler? Aaliyah versus Kaden Carter on NXT. So I definitely think Carter should win this one. We've seen that Aaliyah wrestle live. I wasn't really all that impressed. Halfway decent match so far from this little bit that I've seen. And then referencing that spine buster that he did, that was awesome. I believe his inspiration on that is Arn Anderson. Like I said, Arn Anderson, earlier in the video, Arn Anderson has that wicked, just snaps that spine buster in. Man. So it really didn't promote the main events here all that much. I saw it earlier and I already forgot what it was. So we got about 26 minutes left on both shows. Okay. So they're announcing Double or Nothing, no disqualification, no countouts. Nyla Rose versus Akira Shida. All right. You guys are out there. If you guys have some comments on Nyla Rose, definitely, they're just promoting that Nyla Rose match at Double or Nothing. Should she retain her belt? What you guys have thoughts? I'm not afraid of talking about the touchy subjects. Oh yeah, that's right. It's Brody Lee tonight for the main event. So it's Brody Lee is in the main event tonight. So that happened on AEW. Aaliyah, they're still going at it. All right, Manny Tico, who's the better wrestler between you and your brother, and who also sells better? That's not a fair question. And the reason why that's not a fair question is he might sell better because I lay it into him better. So there's your answer, Mini Tico. He might sell better than me, but that's because I really put a little extra in on it for him sometimes. So next week, face-to-face interview between Jake Roberts and Arn Anderson. Two best in the business talents. That should be interesting. Also next week, Ray Phoenix versus Orange Cassidy. Pretty good match as well. Anarchy 251, what do you think is the best entertainment network? Are we talking about just in general or for wrestling? Okay, so this is actually cool. I'm going to get back to that. But Double or Nothing, Cody, Lance Archer for the TNT Championship. Iron Mike Tyson is going to be presenting the title to the winner. I knew they were interested in getting Tyson. Tyson's been looking like he's been getting in fighting shape, ready for boxing, but I know he wants to do some stuff with wrestling, so that's cool. All right, so Christopher Daniels and SCU are coming out for a match on AEW, and NXT is on commercial right now. So Anarchy 251 has updated his question with for wrestling. Oh man, I don't know. That's a really good question. I'm used to watching wrestling on the USA Network, but TNT looks like they kind of let AEW kind of go with some things and maybe not have as much input in on what's going on the product, as long as they're getting the ratings. So with that being said, I just think, with SmackDown and, well, USA does have Raw and NXT, but I really care to watch NXT. Raw, I can go through a 3-hour show in about half hour to an hour, depending on how good the show is. So, man, I would say TNT is doing pretty good, not really getting in there and saying, letting them do what they're maybe not having as much input. But since you threw it at me, Anarchy 251, what do you think? What do you think it is, or anyone else that's watching? Who do you think has the better entertainment network for wrestling? So, Shannon, FS1, because they have old wrestling sometimes. That is true. That's a very good point. Because I did end up watching all of WrestleMania 3 on there, even though I could have done it on the WWE Network. It was really cool to have it on FS1. They do have WWE Backstage, which is entertaining. I just kind of wish they would go a little bit more off the cuff sometime on WWE Backstage. AEW and NXT are both on commercial right now. So, just seeing what was all in this drink. In case you guys are wondering what I'm drinking, we got the Diet V8. Some pretty good stuff. All right, we got Johnny Gargano and his wife over on NXT. Okay, so I am used to watching whatever, whenever, just to pass the time. I wake up some mornings and watching wrestling, and throughout the day I'll turn on some wrestling. I've been watching it since I was born. So turning Gargano heel, I like it. It was well overdue. Mini Tico with a shameless plug for the WWE Network, and it's only $9.99 a month. Interesting. So the main event over on AEW is the Exalted One, Brody Lee versus Christopher Daniels. Shouldn't be too bad. Is that a main event match? I'm not sure. I'm glad to see that they're giving other people an opportunity to main event. So, Mini Tico LOL for shamelessly plugging the WWE Network and it only being $9.99 a month. So yeah, the first time tonight NXT actually has my attention here with Johnny Gargano. So you guys asked me who my favorite was on AEW, but who is your favorite on NXT? It's a pretty good question there. Who? And actually, I just said, who is your favorite tag team ever? Oh man, you got some really good tag teams out there. You got the Legion of Doom, you got Demolition, you got the Hart family, you got the Steiner brothers, and that's just the older ones. I would say you got the Freebirds. Definitely the New Day is up there with one of the greatest tag teams. The Rockers. Hawk and Animal definitely was 80s, 90s. Hawk and Animal was the tag team. But the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil, they were pretty good as well. Macho Man and Hogan. That team only lasted briefly. But that's what Shannon said. Macho Man and Hogan.
Brody just taking control of Christopher Daniels, sending him into the ropes. Goes for the back elbow. Daniels ducks again. And now went for a crossbody. Brody caught him.
So yeah, I have NXT over here, AEW over here.
They just got power slammed by Brody Lee. Question is what he did with that big frame of his.
Brody Lee just tossed Daniels outside.
271 pounds. He's every bit of that, man. Okay, again, just pushing cameramen out of the way. We've seen him.
Johnny Gargano still going with his little interview there. Next week, Drake Maverick 1-1 versus Kushida, and El Hijo del Fantasma 1-1 versus Tozawa 2-0. And for those that are wondering, Drake Maverick, why is he still in that tournament? He was fired, but the stuff was filmed before he got released. But Drake Maverick is 1-1 in the Cruiserweight tournament. So next week we'll see Rhea Ripley versus Io Shirai. Okay. Mini Tico, your camera's starting to get real blurry. Okay, well, let's see. I'll try to work on that. Thanks, Mini Tico, for letting me know here. Okay, so it looks like Matt Riddle versus Timothy Thatcher is actually the main event over here on NXT. So even though they just both fought this earlier in the show, and Riddle lost his tag belt because of Thatcher leaving him. Should be an easy one. So, you know, last week we had two really awesome main events where I was trying to figure out which one I should watch. Here it's a little bit easier to pick, but nothing that's really standing out like, oh my gosh, I really want to watch that. Last week it was really hard to answer all the questions. I was trying to watch the Inner Circle, but at the same time, I didn't have it on a separate TV, so I was trying to flick back and forth, let you guys know what was going on. Anything that you guys should maybe, you know, catch up on YouTube if you're not able to watch it live right now. Brody Lee is just tossing Daniels around like a rag doll. So if you guys have anything you want to see on this channel, every Wednesday I do stream from 7:30 to 9, just so I can kind of watch the beginning of NXT and AEW, and just so it's not a super long live stream. We have some unboxing stuff. I don't know if anybody here likes unboxing videos, so we'll do some of those potentially. So if there's some suggestions you guys want to see, let me know. You guys asked for the cowboy hat. I brought out the cowboy hat, right? Does this have a design on the back of it? Yeah. Oh man, this does have the design on the back of it. So, and then Mini Tico, the first rule about Fate Club. Actually, you changed it on me a little bit, Mini Tico. The first rule about Fight Club, you always talk about Fate Club. So, unless you're referring to my thing, it's the first rule of Fate Club is you always talk about Fate Club. Yeah, always talk about Fate Club. I am working on. I've got all these unboxing videos. If I have extras of these, I got these mini brawlers. Let's say I have. Can you see that one? Is the light too bright? On my screen, it's hard to see, but that's Eddie Guerrero. I come up with a second Eddie Guerrero. You know what? That might be in the box. So that might be in the Fate crate. I don't know. We'll see. I got a whole bunch of those. Maybe I might get a second Ultimate Warrior. It's that light, man. I can't really see anything. So maybe you can see it. I don't know. There you go. Boom. That's what the collector pin looks like. Maybe I'll throw in a collector pin. Maybe I'll throw in a Funko Pop or so. Whatever I have, but we'll throw it into a Fate crate. I'll pick a winner live on camera. I'll send you the Fate crate. If you want to be on camera, definitely open it up, shoot a video, send it back to me, and we'll play it so everybody can see. So I know a few things that I'll be putting in the Fate crate. Definitely some Fate Club merchandise, most likely. So to be qualified for a Fate crate, maybe an autograph if I have extra autograph or something that I get, because I do the crates every month and they send me autographs. So possibly autograph might be in the Fate crate to be eligible from the Fate crate. By the way, NXT and AEW are both on commercial right now. So to be eligible for the Fate crate, what you have to do is you have to be subscribed to the channel, watch videos, comment, like the videos, and if you would share them. The more of that you do, the more entries that you'll have in the raffle. On June 1st, I will pick a winner, and I will send you one. It'll have some Fate Club swag, maybe some Funko Pops, all wrestling related stuff. So, and it has to be good, because if you send me a video, I'm going to play it on here. So, Mini Tico says, pick me for the boxes. I love Eddie Guerrero, please. And then Shannon wanted if there would be autographs in it. So, yeah. If you guys have suggestions of things you guys want to see in there, you can always, I'll listen. Doesn't mean I'll do, but I'll listen to it. So, looks like it pointed out I missed a question somewhere about my favorite wrestling game that I missed? Was that from Anarchy 251? Oh, there it is. Okay, what was your favorite wrestling game, if any? So yeah, last week we kind of talked about this a little bit. My favorite wrestling game, go all the way back to Nintendo 64, the WCW versus NWO Revenge. Man, those were some of the best games. I really liked the creativity of Crash Hour for the GameCube. Basically wrestling themed Twisted Metal. So that was pretty cool. I also like the WWE All-Star game. Maybe not one of the best games, but how creative it was. And when you think wrestlers, the reason why I fell in love with wrestling as a kid, you got these bigger-than-life characters, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man. And it just really, the all-star characters, they just made the moves, super big. The characters are super big. So those are some of the wrestling games I like. But overall wrestling game that I used to play, the WWE vs. NWO Revenge for the 64, I still have it. We're actually in talks about trying to figure out a way that we can actually still maybe get a group of people together and play it, and then maybe stream it on the channel. So if anybody would be interested in that, let me know. Shannon wants to know, what is my favorite Funko Pop? Well, I have quite a few, and I have some that are not WWE, but my favorite one would probably have to be my favorite WWE Pop would probably, I would probably have to say my AJ Lee, just because it was one of my first ones. Yeah, it's right there. So just because it was one of my first ones we got before I really knew what Funko Pops were. And we just happened to pick it up, and it was at one of the wrestling shows, and I got it for my son, and that started out the collection of WWE, and now it's worth a pretty good piece of money. So SCU is getting into it with the Exalted One members, the Dark Circle, or what is it? Yeah, that's what. Oh, yeah, stop correcting me. Okay, it looks like Daniels might have the Dark Order. That's got me confused, Ian. Okay, and Thatcher is getting the best of Riddle right now. So that's currently what's going on. It looks like it looks like the Dark Order and SCU are fighting off to the back. So now it looks like it's going to be a one-on-one. All right. IBU, I am new here. Where do you in the ring name? Okay, so I wrestle SSW Entertainment. That's a southeastern Wisconsin promotion. Like I said before, we get about 400 or 500, 600 people. Lately, it's been about 500, 600 people per show. We do bigger shows. I do wrestle elsewhere periodically. My ring name, this is Fate Club. I'm John Fate. So that's where the Fate Club comes in. That's where I got the Fate Club stuff there. So I've been doing it for since 2003. So 17 years. I did take a little bit of time off there. But then I came back a couple years ago. And where I left off, is way different from where I started. I mean, the talent. I mean, now we're bringing in former WWE guys, and you got to be up to that level. So don't judge me by the video that I had before. Like I said, the first video on here, that's actually from my son's birthday, and that was just me and my brother just kind of off the cuff, have nothing planned, and just going out there and trying to do something creative, for them. So we tried to have like multiple falls, a little Iron Man, 30-minute Iron Man match was kind of what we had. And we just try to make it fun for the family. So John Fate is the ring name. All right, Brody Lee just beat Christopher Daniels. I think we all can agree that we all saw that one coming. So I saw Moxley earlier show up to the arena. That's what they showed it on TV. Oh yeah, and he still has. Brody Lee took Moxley's belt last week. He still has Moxley's belt. I'm assuming we're going to be seeing Moxley here. Like maybe the guy in the ring right now is maybe Moxley.
No, that's Moxley.
Oh, I was wrong. Moxley is coming out of the stands here at the arena. Okay, so there's several Dark Order members here, and Moxley just took out one. All right, just drop the next one. This guy's real tiny. Whoa. Now Brody just tossed in one of his Dark Order members. And, yeah, now he got paradigm shifted, and Brody Lee is taking that as his cue to leave. And Moxley is just laying into him. Brody Lee did leave with the belt again. So they are setting up that match for Double or Nothing here. Looks like he's requesting the mic. Timothy Thatcher over on NXT has Riddle in the ankle lock, a knee bar. It looks like a knee bar from this view.
Seasoning opportunity. I do not suffer disrespect.
All right. So from that knee bar, Riddle was able to switch it up a little bit and get enough momentum to roll up Thatcher here. So Riddle did win the main event over on NXT. Like I said, last week's. Oh, I want to kind of tune into both of them. Had to go back and watch both of them.
The AEW World Championship is about a lot more than a piece of metal.
So that looks like that's wrapping up NXT right there. And then AEW, we just got Moxley on the mic
Double or nothing. There will be a
talking about what he's going to do to Brody Lee at Double or Nothing.
when the dust settles. Mr. Lee. Very well fine. Your AEW career over. Before it started.
Okay. Thatcher's over here actually on NXT. He's actually beating up Matt Riddle pretty well. Got him in an arm bar. Looks like he's going to try to break the arm. Moxley's over here tossing chairs. Still doesn't have his belt. All right, and that wraps up both of those. So, I believe, okay, Anarchy 251, favorite finishing move. Well, that one's an easy one. It's my finishing move. I'm John Fate. I'm leading the Fate Club here in the Fate Club channel. And my finishing maneuver is called the Fatality. Ever so fitting. For those wondering what that move is, if you know James Storms, he does the catatonic. So where you get them in the fall away slam, you spin them out, and without them touching the ground, you bring them back in. Now their feet are way behind you, and to bring them down into a rock bottom. So that is one of my favorite moves right here. So I just like things that actually look like they're actually going to knock somebody out. And when I jam somebody down with that move, you're going to feel it. Some of these moves, I'm like, that's your finisher? That doesn't look like that's devastating enough. I will give Lacey Evans, though, with her ladies right. The way she hits that, I'm like, all right, I'll give you credit for a ladies finisher. That's probably one of the better ones out there. The Judas effect with Jericho, I love that spinning elbow just because it seems so, like if you actually got hit with the spinning back elbow right to the temple, you are out. There's no doubt about it. So it doesn't always have to be the most flashiest move. It just has to be convincing for me. A lot of good questions here. I'm going to leave it going for like another minute or two. I know the show's ended. So if there's any more questions you guys want to know about whatever, just like I said, we'll wrap this up in about 2 more minutes. I have been doing, which I haven't done yet, I'll have to post one for the day, a Funko Pop a Day on Instagram at Fate Club. And then I'm also on Facebook. I'm trying to get better with the social media thing, to be honest. And that's at Mr. John Fate on Facebook. So that's where that one is. But Fate Club on Instagram, and then I go over a Pop a Day. I try to, so throw in some pictures of my son and some of the wrestlers that we've met occasionally. So I'm trying to get better with that social media thing. So, all right. Well, it doesn't look like there's any more questions coming in. So thank you guys for tuning in. Again, hit that like button, share it. If you subscribe, awesome. Then you're eligible for that Fate Crate at the end of the month. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until I'll have a couple of videos more before next week. But we'll definitely every Wednesday, 7:30 to 9, come watch NXT and be live with me, and let's just keep the wrestling talk going. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.